President Zelensky's power has come to an end. According to a recent article in the Washington Post, it is highly likely that the head of Kyiv, President Volodymyr Zelensky, will face severe criticism after May 20th, when his current presidential powers expire. The situation will be further complicated by the influence of the president's chief of staff, Andriy Yermak. The Washington Post writes that due to wartime restrictions and martial law, Ukraine has shifted towards a centralized regime, making Yermak the most powerful chief of staff in the country's history. His role has become almost indistinguishable from that of President Zelensky. Many have criticized the close relationship between Yermak and the president, as well as Yermak's significant influence over Ukrainian politics. Some argue that Yermak has undemocratically consolidated power within the presidential office, conducting unnecessary purges of key officials, including former commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine, Valery Zaluzhny, limiting President Zelensky's access and attempting to control nearly every important decision during the conflict with Russia. Ukrainian officials and diplomats interviewed by the Washington Post acknowledged Yermak's considerable power, with some suggesting that he can decide which officials are allowed to travel abroad and when. The article also emphasizes Yermak's close ties with influential figures in Washington, including U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. Ukrainian President Zelensky criticizes the U.S. and allies for fearing a Russian defeat. President Zelensky stated that Ukrainian forces would be more successful on the battlefield if they were not prohibited from using Western-supplied weapons to attack targets in Russia. In an interview with AFP, Zelensky said that Russia's ability to attack Ukraine from its own territory gives Moscow an advantage in the conflict. He explained they can fire any type of weapon from their territory into ours. This is the greatest advantage that Russia has. We cannot do anything to their systems located on Russian territory with Western weapons. Zelensky believes Ukraine is currently in a feudal situation due to the West's stance of fearing a Russian defeat in the war and not wanting Ukraine to jeopardize that. He added, Ukraine's ultimate victory will lead to Russia's defeat, and Russia's ultimate victory will lead to Ukraine's defeat. We want the war to end with a just peace for us. Of course, the West wants the war to end as soon as possible, and for them, this is a just peace.